Oh, it worked. We're live.
I think we're live.
It said we're live.
Hola.
Can you guys hear us? Can you see us?
We're live. We're alive.
Alive.
Hola. Oh, thanks, Belinda. That's nice. That's a great way to start this, is to see somebody telling us that we're inspiring them.
Yes, thank you so much. And how is everybody doing on this lovely Saturday?
Is this Saturday?
It is Saturday.
I guess it is.
Today is October 2nd, right? Yeah. Time is flying. I cannot believe it.
This year has flown by.
Yes, it's weird because it's going into summer here. And I feel like we should be getting ready for fall because I just haven't adapted. After 4 years of living in Ecuador, I'm still used to the flip-flop of the seasons.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
Everybody tells me I should be wearing more local clothing, so I bought this shirt. What do you guys think? Is it local enough? This is what they literally wear in the Highlands, where we just got back from Cotacachi, and we see the indigenous people wearing this shirt.
Yep.
Shirts just like this all the time.
I like it.
I know, it's really comfortable. It's cool. It's nice and cool. I'm not sure why they wear it up there in the mountains because it's cool up there, but it feels great here in Manta. It's really warm.
Yes, I know that was very surprising to me too, that we actually went to Otavalo and got him some clothes to wear in Manta.
Yeah, worked out great.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is our triple anniversary. 3 years.
It is.
So 3 years, September 23rd, 3 years ago, we published our first video on YouTube. And we were both really nervous about it. And then no one watched it.
Yeah.
I think we had like 20 views or something crazy like that.
It's definitely been a learning experience and a labor of love, right?
Yeah.
So thanks for all of you who have been with us from the beginning, because we did not know what in the world we were doing. And I think it was kind of obvious in our earlier videos. Yeah. But that's life. That's how you learn, right? You learn and you grow.
Yes. And then 4 years ago on September 30th, we landed in Guayaquil.
Yes.
And
wow.
then on the 1st, we drove to Cuenca. So 4 years ago today was our first full day in Cuenca.
Wow.
That's hard to believe.
It is hard to believe. Jeez,
it seems like a lot longer ago and really like just yesterday at the same time.
I know. It is amazing. Well, we're still discovering so much of this incredible country. Mm-hmm. There's just so much to experience here. And after 4 years, we've barely scratched the surface of unconventionals. It's just crazy.
We're still finding new places. And because of the pandemic, we had planned, the Paro was the first thing. So the Paro happened a few months before the pandemic, and we had planned on traveling, but that shut us down. And then the pandemic happened and we haven't been able to travel. So it's nice that we're finally able to get back on the road again.
Yes. I'm just kind of glancing over to some of the comments.
Somebody said, I need a tiara. I don't think so. Thanks, Gary. No, Gary, no tiara. That would hurt.
It would hurt because it's got little teeth on it.
Yeah.
And JP doesn't have any skin.
I have plenty of skin.
He doesn't have any hair. We'd have to tape it on, JP. Yeah. That would be hilarious. Oh, like one of the little baby headbands.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'll work on that.
With like a little
I'll make
flower.
You something, yeah. I don't see that happening, you guys.
Thanks, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan, good to see you. I know I've seen some familiar names. I was going to say faces, but that doesn't make sense because you guys, we can't see you, unfortunately. That would be really hard to do that with a live stream and video with everybody.
Yep.
Maybe one day they'll have that technology, JP.
Well, it's called Zoom, but
well, I know, but
not for hundreds of people.
No, that would be really challenging. Baby headbands, yes. Baby headbands. We were just talking about our hats and how we love our Ecuador hats, but they do tend to get a little warped from wear and
the sweat and the wind.
Yes, and humidity. Oh, and speaking of that, oh my gosh. So, we always say how much drier it is here in Manta, and it is compared to Olón. But boy, did we have a massive slap in the face when we came back from Cotacachi. I was just dying of the humidity. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Somebody came from Las Vegas and said that they thought we were crazy because it's really humid here in Manta. And we're like, I don't know what they're talking about because this is not humid at all compared to Olón. But Cotacachi is extremely dry. Like your nose is always dry. And when we came back to Manta, we got off the airplane and it was like, wow, that's humidity. All right.
Yes. Yeah. It was a bit humbling.
Yeah. But compared to Olón, it's still very dry.
Yeah. I guess it's all relative, right?
Olón was more like, what's that planet where Yoda lived?
Oh. I know what you're talking about, but I do not remember the name.
That's what Olón is like. It's like a really, really humid, green, vines hanging.
Oh, that's funny. Seems like a lot of people are planning on visiting Ecuador soon or next year, which is super exciting. So we're always happy to hear that. I don't know what's going on with the stupid straps. I'm just going to leave it alone.
Yeah, stop playing with it.
I will quit messing with it.
Somebody asked what the humidity is here. Let me look. I have my weather app on my phone right here. I'll pull it up and tell you.
It's almost always like 79 degrees in Manta. Yeah, 79 to 81.
It's 77 and sunny right now with a relative humidity of 74%. So really that is not bad because in Olón, I'm guessing it was closer to 90. Actually, I think I have Olón on here somewhere. My Montanita. It's 78% right now in Montanita.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because even Cuenca will show high humidity, but because you're in the mountains or the Sierra, it just feels a lot cooler and drier overall. But now I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe we just don't know what we're talking about because we haven't been to a really dry climate in a long time.
Yeah.
4 years to be exact.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Yuri says he misses his hometown, or she misses her hometown of Manta. Manta is amazing. We are very, very happy to be here. Happy to be here on the coast. But gosh, we had so much fun exploring Cotacachi.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area.
Yeah. JP said it reminded him of Vail. So if any of you have been to Vail, that'll give you a bit of a idea.
The elevation was rough, especially the first couple of days, but I just drank a lot of Maté de Coca, which we forgot to take with us, but there was a store in town that sold it. So that helped a lot. Yep, and coffee. Maté de Coca is the tea. Yes, so we started off the day with coffee and then switched to Maté de Coca. Yep, it seemed to work really well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did really well. Especially like day 3, I started feeling pretty good. Yep, we did lots of hiking and lots of walking. It was really fun. Mm-hmm. And Cotacachi is such a nice, clean city, just like all the places we've been to in Ecuador. Ecuador never disappoints. Could just be an Ecuador love fest, JP. Yeah. Bienvenido, Steve. Steve's in Manta right now. Hola, Steve. Nice to see some familiar faces, like I said. Yeah, I was bouncing. It was definitely the Maté de Coca tea has a wiring effect. See, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't with her, but it does with me. Yeah, you're very sensitive. So he couldn't drink it, and once it hit 2:00, that was it. JP was done. Because otherwise, I wouldn't sleep all night. Yes, we don't want that. And go ahead. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I was going to say. Lawrence said that he heard that the Ecuador has the best coffee, and I would have to agree with that. It's good coffee. Yes. Someone asked about the tennis scene in Ecuador, and there are tennis courts here, and racquetball. That what's this racket club down here? It's like an outdoor. It's paddleball or something like that. It's not pickleball. It's not pickleball, but they do have pickleball. We saw pickleball or a court in Cotacachi where people play pickleball. We did? Were told. Yeah, by that. Casa de los Sueños, that court, what's her name? Vanessa said that they play pickleball there, the gringos. Oh, I didn't remember that. Cool. Yep. Oh, and excuse me, I just got choked. Better take a drink. Yes, stay hydrated. It is still drier here. Yeah. Yeah, and so we're also celebrating our 9 years together. Yes. And then, you're having a hot flash, are you? Yes. Thanks for outing me. Amelia's like sticky. She's having a personal fire. Personal summer. My friend Kristen calls these personal summers. So yes, I am in my own personal summer bubble at the moment. Lucky me. Yeah. It will pass. So anyway, this is our 9 years of being together anniversary. This is the one we like to celebrate, even though we have how many? 2 wedding anniversaries?
Yes, we have 2 wedding anniversaries.
We have one was convenience so that we could get our visa more easily, and the other was when we were in India. Yep. That was more meaningful. That was fun.
It was fun. Gosh, that seems like a lifetime ago. And that was what?
2.5 years.
2.5 years ago. Yep.
That was the last time I was outside Ecuador. I haven't left Ecuador since then. Amelia went back for her job once. Mm-hmm.
But this is the first time we've been on a plane for over 2 years. And the Manta Quito fight, oh my gosh, that was super smooth, super tranquilo. Highly recommend that.
Yeah.
If you want to get to Quito fast.
Yeah, it was a 40-minute flight. Really pretty too with the volcanoes. You could see Chimborazo and Cotopaxi from the airplane. It was really cool.
It was really cool.
Yeah. Somebody asked about the cannabis stores, retailers. They are selling CBD oil. It's pretty easy to find. Mm-hmm. The medical marijuana places are not in business yet, although you said that they've started issuing some licenses.
I think I read last month, or maybe it was in July, that there's 7 or 9 licenses. It's not like I was going to say the U.S., but I guess I'll say Colorado, when they passed that law. And then the next morning I drove to work and I drove down Broadway, for those of you who know Denver, and there was like a marijuana shop on every single corner. It was unbelievable.
Overnight.
It is not like that here. However, it is pretty easy to find CBD oil, and it is cannabis. You can get cannabis or hemp, but without the THC, obviously. Mm-hmm. But that stuff works.
Yeah.
Are you reading, JP?
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with everybody.
Know. Spanish is easy to learn. It's getting easier. You just have to practice daily. We spoke a lot more Spanish in Cotocachi. The lady that our hostess with Airbnb, I should say, not the lady we stayed with, but she's from Colombia and she did not speak any English. So it was great time. It was great because we were able to take our time and practice our Spanish with her. And she was very patient with us. Mm-hmm. So I always appreciate that.
Yeah. And she invited us over for coffee and tea, which was really nice.
It was nice.
And she made us that potato bean dish, a traditional Colombian dish. It was delicious.
It was delicious, especially with those cool, chilly temperatures. We were both missing the mountains, so we were really happy to be there and feel some of that cool air. But looking out the window today and seeing the beautiful blue sky and the ocean, it's nice to be here too.
Yeah. Is Manta our favorite city? I would say it's mine, just because it's warmer, drier, sunnier, and it's a low elevation. Although I loved Cuenca, I still miss Cuenca. And if Cuenca was at sea level, we wouldn't have left. But
yeah, I don't know if I could say I have a favorite city. I guess I would say Manta's my favorite on the coast, although I loved the weather in Playas.
Yeah, it was really
pretty there. Playas was amazing. Mm-hmm. We still ask us after we've been everywhere.
Yeah, we've only lived in 3 different places, so It's hard to say for sure. But someone asked if it rains a lot in Manta. So far, I have not seen it rain a single time in the 6 months we've been here. There were a couple mornings when I took Daisy out and there was some water standing around, but it didn't look like it had rained very much. This is a desert microclimate, so it does not rain very much here.
No, it's pretty dusty.
And this is also the dry season. So we're getting ready to enter the rainy season, so we'll see how it does then.
Yeah, it's been interesting because I feel like the temperatures cooled down a bit for maybe 6 to 8 weeks. And now I feel like we're back in summer again.
It's really warm.
Yeah,
warm and sunny.
So Enzo asked how Manta is outside of the little downtown mall area. Well, it's nice. All of Manta is pretty nice. It's walkable, and there's pockets where there's a lot of action and other pockets where it's more residential and really quiet. What we miss about Cuenca is the parks and all the greenery and the rivers, and you just don't have a lot of that here. But you have a lot of other things, like blue sky.
Yeah, a lot of blue sky and teal blue waters today. It's just the ocean was gorgeous today with the blue.
Yes.
The different colors of greens and blues. Somebody asked if we were homesick or if we ever plan on living in another country. I was never homesick.
No, we were ready. We took our time though. How long did it take us before we moved?
Well, we had decided, it took us a year and a half from when we decided.
That's what I thought.
And then it took a year to do our exploratory trip, and then another 7 months to actually move.
Yeah, we were homesick for Cuenca.
Yeah, after our exploratory trip, we both were really sad and depressed when we got back to Denver. And this is our home, Ecuador. We plan on getting our citizenship in a year in January or February. I think we can apply for citizenship. That's our plan. So this is going to be our dual home.
Yes.
And we do hope to visit and film in other countries once this stupid plague is over. But
it's getting much better here.
Yeah, it's a lot better
crossed.
here in Ecuador.
So Nancy wants to know if you're going to buy a car. We've been waffling on the whole car thing.
Yeah, we have been. I don't know. Right now we're off the car thing, but I don't know.
I think that it's so easy to get a driver, and we just walk everywhere. So right now, I don't know. We just don't really feel the need for one, but who knows? Ask us in our next live stream.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just said the other day I wouldn't mind having a car for the freedom, but then I'm like, oh, we could just message Juan and arrange a driver. There's taxis all over the place.
Yeah, we have drivers in most cities now.
Yep. And it was easy in Cotacachi too. We had no problem taking a taxi over to Otavalo and to the other places. There's public transportation and drivers are abundant in Ecuador.
Yes.
Are you reading, JP?
I'm trying to. It's scrolling by so fast.
I know.
Somebody said about coming in January to see Ryan and Tiffany.
Oh,
that's cool.
That is cool.
Any suggestions? No, not really. Ryan will take great care of you.
Yep.
He's awesome.
Yes, he is.
He's got like the full concierge service going. He really knows how to roll out the red carpet.
You will be in good hands.
Yeah. Yes, Juan Zambrano. He is the gringo driver of choice, but he has a whole network too. He's part of a co-op, and so if he's not available, then he can recommend someone else. They don't all speak English, but that's okay for us. But if you want an English-speaking driver, just tell him that.
Yep, he can arrange all of that.
Yep.
So, Armando wants to know how many days you would need to stay in Manta to know if you would like to live there. That's a tough question.
Yeah, that's a really personal question. I guess it depends on so many different factors. But I don't know. I liked it when we visited just because it's sunny and warm and drier than Olón.
I mean, I guess if you're worried about the weather, you should know pretty quickly if you're like the climate, because it really does not change at all. So a couple days to a week, I would say. But if you really want to get the feel for it, the longer the better. And you could stay in an Airbnb and, go and do your shopping and cooking and all of that good stuff. We always recommend people do that anyway to really get a feel for an area.
Yep. Picudito said he saw us walking around Barbasquillo.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we go to the restaurant, the Indian restaurant a lot.
Yes.
And we go to, what is that? La Cuadra.
The La Cuadra. I can't remember the name of that store.
There's like a seed store down there. They have like dried fruits and nuts and a variety of things that we go to.
Yes. It's quite good.
Yeah.
And the prices are pretty reasonable.
Somebody asked what's our favorite beach in Ecuador, Jean. I would say Olón.
I would.
That beach is so long and wide and flat. It's easy to walk on. You have parts of it all to yourself.
Yeah, it's amazing. And how long is it?
It's 5 miles. I think it's longer than 5 miles based on how long it takes us to walk it. But
yeah, it is beautiful.
Yeah, it's really cool. Our original exploratory trip was 10 days. We spent 7 or 8 of those in Cuenca.
Mm-hmm. God, that does seem like a lifetime ago. We spent 2 days in Quito. We did a lot of the touristy stuff, which we wish we had on film. Yeah,
we didn't. We barely took any pictures.
We
took like 2 or 3 pictures that whole day. And our driver, actually, or the tour guide, is the one who took the pictures of us. But
yeah, but we've changed a lot.
I know. We've also lost about 50 combined pounds since then, too.
Yeah.
So
well, remember
we looked a lot different in those pictures.
We never took pictures either. We would always just take pictures of landscapes when we went hiking.
Yeah.
Or pictures of Daisy.
Yeah, Daisy. Daisy's doing, somebody asked how's Daisy doing? She's doing all right. She's just old.
Yeah.
She has arthritis, so it's hard for her to walk. She won't walk anymore. So she goes outside, does her business, sniffs around, and we come back in.
Yeah, but she's still happy.
She is happy, especially when there's food involved. She's food oriented.
Yes, she is. Hola, Terry.
We did have air conditioning in alone, but no pool where we lived.
Correct. But you have the ocean, and that water is cool. It's not cold. You can get into it all year round. Although some people wear those lightweight, I almost said sweatsuits. That's not the right word. What's that?
Wetsuit?
Wetsuit. Thank you. I guess because I was sweating. What I completely drew a blank. So I've heard people say you need like a 2 mil wetsuit during the low season in the ocean. I've not done that myself, but if the water's cold, I'm a wimp and I just won't go in it.
There is not a lot of inflation here. Over the past few years, the inflation rate has been around 0%. It is, there are a few things that are more now because of the pandemic and shortages of supplies like flour and plantains, and some things have gone up, but overall there's not that much inflation. No,
it's been pretty flat.
Yeah.
Tourism is way down, unfortunately, while the economy is just not doing well. But hopefully we'll see some improvements there. I know the government is trying to reactivate tourism. So come on down.
Yeah, tourism. We need tourists.
Yes. All throughout Ecuador, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Manta, there's not a ton to do here from a tourism perspective other than water sports. And there's Monte Cristi's cool and some of the hikes. There's some rainforest hikes around here, but
yeah, we haven't done that yet. And I'm jonesing to go now that we have broken the seal on hiking again, like real mountain hiking. I want to go check out the rainforest. So JP, prepare yourself.
Amelia's telling me I have to go hiking.
Yeah.
Actually, I love hiking. My legs don't as much, but I love it.
But you did really well.
Yeah. I did well in Quicocha, although my legs were really heavy by the time we turned around.
But we were at 10,000 feet, and I was breathing heavy too. That was a tough hike. Gosh, it was so gorgeous, though. I can't wait to go back.
Yeah.
It wasn't as cold as the Cajas.
Somebody asked about cell phone service, Wi-Fi, etc. You can, I don't know. That's such a broad topic. We have a bunch of videos on liveabroadnow.com about that.
What'd they ask?
I'm not sure.
Oh, can you? Oh, well, you can get a SIM card if you're going to be here for a 3-month trip. You just get a SIM card from Claro or Movistar 20.
20.
Yes, and that'll get you covered. We have Claro, and we've been really happy with it. And there's Wi-Fi all over the place. It's pretty reliable.
Yeah, free Wi-Fi. It's not super fast. The free stuff, like in the parks and the malls and restaurants, it's usually kind of slow, but it works.
So Nicola asked, sorry to hear it's wet and rainy in the UK. We have not been to Panama, but that is one of the countries that we really want to visit. However, we're going to finish exploring Ecuador first.
Yeah, we have a lot more here to do.
Probably not for another year.
Yeah. Terry asked good places to hike at lower elevations. There's the Pacoche.
I know, now we're getting them mixed up.
Yeah, it's on the way to San Lorenzo. It's a rainforest here. And then there's the hill at Monte Cristi you can hike up.
Yeah, we haven't done either of those yet. And so now that is high on the list. And then you could also do those stairs at San Lorenzo. That's not technically a hike, but it definitely gets the heart rate up. And it's so beautiful. I'd like to do that again too, JP.
Which one?
The San Lorenzo up to the lighthouse.
Oh yeah, that was a really good hike.
Yeah.
That was so beautiful.
Yep. Highly recommend that. The views are spectacular.
Yes.
I feel like we are always saying that. That's because the views here are spectacular.
They are. It's like everywhere you go, it's beautiful views.
I know. It's crazy.
Some of the views going from Quito to Cotacachi with the volcano is just like popping up. It's just incredible. I kept telling Amelia it looked like the backdrop for those dioramas in a museum.
Yeah, it doesn't look real,
It doesn't.
especially when you're looking it on your phone. JP's pictures looked fake to me,
Mm-hmm.
but we saw them with our own eyes. So German Ventura wants to know what type of visa we have. We have a professional visa.
And Amelia has a dependent
I'm
visa.
the dependent, yes. JP has a professional visa. And we were actually talking to Maité with Gringo Visas, and she said that she always recommends that visa for people if you can do that one because you're not financially tied, which makes a lot of sense.
Well, either the professional or the pensioners,
Yeah.
those are the ideal choices. Because with the investor visa, your money is tied up. You can't liquidate it. Let's see. So I saw a question in there. Oh, where do you recommend staying in Manta? I would stay anywhere along Murciélago Beach, anywhere along the coast. We've filmed several videos.
Yep, Murciélago, the Barbasquillo, La Cuadra
Quadra.
area, all of that.
Anywhere
It's a strip.
by Mal del Pacifico.
Yep. It's very nice.
Yeah. We still have our banks in the U.S. and we have an Ecuadorian co-op bank account.
All right. So Jane said her hubby found binoculars that record. Wow.
That's cool.
That is super cool. Where did he find those?
Yeah, that seems like that should have been invented a long time ago.
Yes, please. We're going to have to investigate this. All right. We want a full report on how those work.
Yeah.
That might be something we have to get muled in or shipped in.
Yeah.
That would be really awesome.
We have never encountered scorpions in Ecuador, but we do know that they're here.
They are here. Oh, I just read, I think it was in El Comercio, that they just discovered a new type of spider. Woohoo!
That's just what we need is more spiders.
It's another type of like huntsman spider or hunting spider or something like that. I hopefully will not be encountering that one in person either.
And they just discovered a new type of fly.
Oh,
in
yeah.
the Amazon too.
Yes. Yeah. Woohoo.
You do not need a license to fly a drone in Ecuador, but there are some places where you're not allowed to fly it for wildlife reasons.
And the airports.
And it's tricky to fly around airports, and almost every city has an airport in the city.
Yes, that does make it a bit tricky.
We have not taken the devil train. I wanted to do that, but the devil's nose train, but Amelia kept telling me no.
Well, maybe this is our 2022 will be our year.
Yeah.
This year, I can't believe it. It's already almost over.
We just kept prioritizing other trips ahead of that.
Well, and it was a long trip too.
Yeah.
My schedule didn't have the same type of flexibility that it does now. So
Yeah.
there you go, JP.
Armando, as far as preventing your computer from being stolen, just keep it on you.
Yeah.
It's not like people are going around stealing everything here, but you just got to be careful on the bus. Don't hand your bag to a complete stranger to put in the overhead bin. Keep it in your lap the whole time. Don't put it on the floor.
Right.
Because kids will go under the seat and cut your bag open and take stuff out of it. But
yeah, unfortunately, we've heard from a couple people about a scam that somebody will act as if they work for the bus company and they will offer to help you with your luggage, and then they stole their stuff.
Yep.
So that's why JP's saying keep it with you at all times.
Yep.
So whenever we take the bus, exactly like JP said, we keep our stuff on our laps.
Yep. All right, Armando, stop posting that question. I've seen it 10 times now. If you guys want us to make sure and see your question, try using the super chat feature. There's so many comments out here. We can't answer every single question.
Yeah, we have a lot.
How much cash should we bring for a 2-week visit? I don't know. There are ATMs here, so I'd bring a couple $100, and smaller bills like 5s and 10s would be ideal. And then you can just go to the ATM. But I recommend getting a Charles Schwab account or a free account that has free ATM fees worldwide. And the nice thing about Schwab is they refund all the ATM fees at the local banks charge. So it's basically free.
Yep. It's easy to get cash here. And don't bring big bills. We say that all the time, but it never hurts to say it again. It's really hard to spend $100 or a $50 bill here in Ecuador. And if you don't have a bank account, the banks may not actually break them for you. So it can be very tricky.
Yeah. Yeah. Having $100 is like being broke.
Sad but true. So Elena wants to know, when you apply for residency, does it matter if you were in Cuenca or Manta? It does not. You can do that anywhere. It really depends on if you're working with the immigration lawyer. They'll point you into the direction that they have the relationship with, whether that is in Cuenca or Azogues, or actually I don't even know where they do it here in Manta.
I don't know where it is.
Yeah, but there's a lot of different offices that you can go to, so you don't have to be in one specific location. And a lot of times the visa agent can do most of everything for you, so you only have to appear in person like one time, which is really nice.
Yep.
Peter Pan wants to know what's your secret to perfect skin. You two always glow with enthusiasm. Well, thank you. That's because we're really happy. We're very happy here. I think, we always say we attribute so much of that to the healthy fruits and vegetables that we eat here in Ecuador.
Yeah.
Because we eat so many more fruits than we ever did in the U.S. and veggies too.
Yeah, I eat more fruit in one day than I ate in a year back in the U.S.
Yeah, we have such a wide variety and it tastes so good.
Yeah, we are planning a visit to Galapagos, hopefully. Right now, we just got back from Cotacachi, so we had to get the next trip planned.
Yes.
There's so many places to see.
Yes, not Cotacachi. Galapagos and Loja are high on the list.
Terry said that immigration office is across the street from Mal del Pacifico.
Oh, well, that is extremely convenient if you're in Manta. Thanks, Terry.
Oh, thanks, Carrie. First time posting.
Oh, awesome.
Isn't that what they call a long time watcher, first time poster?
I don't know. I guess they do.
They used to do that in radio shows. When I used to commute and listen to the radio, they'd have the first long time listeners, first time callers segments.
Okay. All right.
So we either go to the Mercadito, the Mi Commissariato, or the Super Maxi. We usually walk to the Super Maxi and take a cab back because the groceries are too heavy for me to drag home. They hurt my back, but
yeah, we still have yet to make it to the Mercado, which is crazy because we went to the Mercados all the time in Cuenca. However, they were a little bit more accessible.
Yeah. The main Mercado Central is about a mile walk from here, and it's uphill all the way back. So we'd have to cab back, and I don't know. I just prefer to go to Mega Max, even though it's more expensive. Well,
we have the little Mercadito, as JP said, where we can get a lot of fruits and vegetables. And there is that online organic shop, which I actually just remembered. So I really need to order from them. Terry told us about that. Thank you, Terry. So hopefully they are doing well and the produce is really good. It looked really good online. It's hard to beat organic.
Yeah. You can buy a pineapple for like $1 here at the Mercados.
Yep. Pineapple, papaya. It's very affordable. Sandia, which is watermelon. The watermelons have been really big.
Carrie asked about public swimming pools. The university has a lap pool. It's an Olympic sized pool for laps that you can go. I think it was $2.50 to swim in there the last time I went, but that was like 3 years ago.
And somebody told us, was it Stella that told us that there's a pool here, an Olympic pool?
Oh yeah, I think there is one
in Manta, but we don't know anything about it. We haven't checked it out. So if anybody knows, maybe you could post it in the comments.
Yep. Awesome. Oh, I see Jane Buck. Oh yeah, I saw you guys sign up. Bienvenidos to Patreon.
Yes.
Well, that reminds me, I should probably mention that we're launching our eCourse after the live stream. Did I already post this? I don't remember if I did or not.
I don't think you did.
So we're launching our eCourse after the live stream today. So if you guys want to get the discount, sign up now. Oh man, I'm so tired. In fact, I'm so tired right now. I'm powering through because I've been working on this eCourse for 3 months, and it's just drained all of the life out of me. But hopefully you guys find it useful.
We're excited about it. It was a lot of work. We're not going to sugarcoat it.
No, it was so much work, way more than I ever anticipated, but I'm glad it's over.
Well, and of course, JP being the type A and overachiever that he is, he decided he wanted to add some more stuff when we got back. So.
Well, and I had to finish it.
Well, that too. Yeah, but then yesterday you're like, I'm just going to put some more of this stuff in.
I know.
That was not even part of our plan at all, but that's all right. Silly. So Carlos wants to know how hot it gets in Manta. We haven't lived here for an entire year yet, but it seems like the weather is pretty consistently low 80s. It seems like 79 to 81 degrees.
Yeah, pretty much every single day.
Yeah.
And it's sunny most days. It may not be sunny all day, but the sun is usually out most days.
And the sun can be rather intense. So it's all about wearing that sunscreen, drinking lots of water, and wearing a hat.
Somebody asked, what is our course about? It is an A to Z Ecuador Expat Fast Track. It's basically every step you have to take to move to Ecuador. So that's what it's about. It's all the lessons that we learned moving here.
Yes.
And everything we've learned about Ecuador since moving here. Let's see. I saw another. Oh, you like my Otavalo shirt? I know, man, this thing is so comfortable.
I know, I
love
really
this
like
material too.
It's perfect for this climate.
I know. I wish I got a long sleeve one, but I don't know if I'll wear that one because I'm always hot.
Perhaps in the evening.
Okay.
Or perhaps when we go back to Otavalo or Cuenca. You'll wear it.
Lauren, you can get a tourist visa if you're. I think there's only a couple of countries that you have to apply ahead of time. So I don't know where you're coming from, but most countries you can just show up in Ecuador and you get a tourist visa at the airport.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
We are not planning on buying this apartment or the condo because it's owned by an Ecuadorian family, and I don't think they're looking at selling it.
Yeah. Ryan, if you're still on and you know something different, let us know.
Yeah, but we aren't planning on buying.
Nope.
Thank you for all your, thanks, Mars 54. Appreciate it, especially intros and referrals to professionals. Gringo is handling my visa as we speak. Visiting in November, moving in February, happening smooth with all your great info. Awesome, thanks. We love to hear that.
Fabulous. Woohoo.
Really appreciate it.
Well, so you're coming next month. How exciting. That is awesome. Oh.
Ecuadorian who wants to go back to Ecuador. Can you tell Trudy, my wife, to move there with me?
Trudy, you're missing out.
Come on, Trudy. I know, we love Ecuador. We love your country.
Yes, we do. And somebody asked about my hair. Oh my gosh. My hair is like under control at this moment in time, but it often is a truly terrifying and scary mess, especially as soon as I walk out the door because it's super windy. But I did get some really good hair care products that are made in Ecuador in Cuenca, and they're organic. So that's by Anoa Cosmetics. Anoa, Annoa.
Yeah, you should have seen Amelia's hair when we got off the airplane here in Manta. It looked like Diana Ross. It just went bonk. It was like a hair explosion. By the time we got home, I'm like, "Who are you? Where did all the extra hair come from?"
Yeah, it takes a lot of stuff sometimes.
Yep. Thanks, Rory.
Yes, thank you, Rory.
I love the dancing pair.
I know, those are cute. Oh, cool. Peter said they just returned from Vilcabamba. Oh, another beautiful part of the country.
Yeah.
Lots of people are visiting Manta too.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike. Hello, Amelia and JP. Great videos. I have learned many things about Ecuador. I have 2 questions. I love swimming in the ocean. Is there a concern about shark attacks? Do they have lifeguards there? Have you ever heard about a shark attack?
I haven't.
Not since we've been here. That we've seen stingrays off our balcony.
Yes.
So you got, I guess, be careful about them. But Galapagos has lots of sharks, but we haven't seen or heard of anybody having shark issues here.
No. The only thing, well, besides those stingrays, is that they have those little, I guess they're man-o-war.
Yeah,
they're little tiny ones, so they can sting you.
Yeah.
And yes, there are lifeguards. Lifeguards.
There are in the main beaches. Like Olón Beach has 2 lifeguard stands, and Murciélago has lifeguards. So yeah, there's lifeguards. And the main beaches.
Yeah.
Not on the little. And during the week, like some of these other beaches, during the week when there's nobody here, there's no lifeguards. But on the weekend, there are.
We often see people out swimming in the beach, and in the beach. From our balcony, they're swimming in the ocean. And they're way out there. They have these orange flotation devices.
Yeah,
and they
like
go
on
out in a
Baywatch.
team. Yeah, it's very impressive.
Yeah, they
Because
swim.
that is not easy.
Yeah, they swim all the way out, and they
Yeah.
they swim for like a mile or 2 miles.
Yeah.
It is impressive.
It was cool. We've seen multiple races here, and we're very impressed by the athleticism of people here in Manta and wherever else they're coming from.
Yes, we do plan to visit Quito. We definitely want to do touristy type stuff there, but we also want to go to Cumbaya and Tumbaco to look at where most of the expats live.
Yeah, unfortunately, JP was feeling the altitude.
Man, I was struggling in the airport when we were waiting for our airplane. So it's because it's 9,400 feet in Quito, and I didn't have any mate de coca.
Yeah, I should have mate'd you up.
I know. I had an intravenous drip. There is a golf community in Monte Cristi. Looks nice. I asked her neighbor plays there every week, and I asked him how it was. He said it's really nice for Ecuador. So I take that to mean it's nice. Maybe not living up to American golf course standards, but.
Dan, I love the land shark reference. That is classic SNL.
I didn't see it. And there's too many comments. What did he say?
He said, "What about land sharks?
I don't get it.
They
land sharks like Dan Aykroyd?
Yes.
It's a plumber. I've come to fix the sink. Is that what they used to say?
I don't remember. I'm going to have to look that up now.
I'm pretty sure that's what they used to say. It's the plumber. I've come to fix the sink. And it was a shark.
I can't stop laughing. I totally have that in my head. Oh, that's hilarious.
Thanks, Robert.
What did Robert say? I missed it.
How bad are the insects like mosquitoes? In Olón, the mosquitoes were pretty bad, especially indoors. They seemed to like our condo more than outdoors, but they got pretty bad there. Here in Manta, we see them every once in a while, especially down on like at the lower levels, but not.
Yeah, that's not bad.
We don't really see them up here at our condo level.
We had lots of bugs in Olón. We had the bug apocalypse. Apocalypse? Apocalypse. We had the trifecta one weekend of a bug invasion. It was freaking nuts.
Yeah, we left the screen door open on the balcony and turned on all of the LED lights in the place. And we were making dinner, and I came out in the living room, and the whole place was full of a million bugs. They were everywhere. So I turned off all the lights and turned on the light on the balcony, and most of them left.
Yes, that was an experience too.
Yeah.
So you have a question, JP. If you didn't have your back problems, would you prefer to live in Cuenca?
Yes.
Wow. You didn't even hesitate.
I love Cuenca. I really miss it. I can't wait to go back and visit, but I didn't like the cold weather, the clouds, or the elevation, but the city is incredible. It's beautiful. The architecture is beautiful. There's a lot of restaurants. All of our friends, we still have so many friends who live there, and Amelia belly danced, which I miss. She doesn't belly dance here.
No, we definitely don't do as much, but of course everything was locked down, so nobody was doing anything, but everything started to open back up again, which is exciting.
Yeah. Dolphins. We actually saw a pod of dolphins a couple months ago arcing by off our balcony. So there are dolphins here.
Yeah. Very cool.
Tina Bobina, the Bronco lady. Awesome. Love
it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tina. We see lots of turtles too. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Sticking their heads out of the water.
A lot of turtles and whales. Whale season is nearing the end. So we haven't seen as many lately, but man, they used to just be able to look out and see these big, massive whales breaching right off our balcony out here.
Yeah. It's really spectacular. Yeah. It is something to see for sure.
And thanks to Ryan, Ryan loaned us his binoculars, and I was able to watch them because we still haven't found binoculars here.
Nope. Although we did not take time to go shopping in Quito, so I guess that's on us. But now we got to find out about these binoculars with the recording devices. JP.
Yes, that would be so cool.
I know. Very, very curious. Gonna have to get on Amazon, I guess. Not that I would have that shipped here because that would cost way too much money, and it would probably take months.
Favorite place in Ecuador for me, it's probably Cuenca. It's for visiting, and I mean, I loved living there too. The elevations suck, but
yeah, gosh, Cuenca is amazing. That's why we still recommend everybody start there, because there's just so much to experience, and there's so much culture and diversity, because you'll meet people from all over the world. Although we've met people from all over the world on the coast too.
Yeah. Thanks, Eddie. Appreciate it. Eddie said eCourse is a great value. I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you.
Is there Starlink internet out there? Not yet. I looked that up and it's not available here yet. I'm not sure when it will be.
I don't know what that is.
That's the SpaceX internet.
Oh.
Satellite internet.
Cool. Well, time will tell.
We haven't seen any whales over the last couple weeks, but I'm not sure if they're still here or not. This is kind of the end of whale season.
Yeah.
Usually, I think September 30th is the official end of it.
Yeah, I don't know, but we haven't actually been looking, and we were gone.
Lauren asked, what's the best place in Cuenca? If you're talking about living, we really liked El Berjel. It's an older neighborhood, very 70s, Brady Bunch kind of designs, but it's a great neighborhood, and there weren't a lot of expats there, so all of our neighbors were Ecuadorian. It was kind of fun. We were the gringos on the token gringos on the block. When it's so funny, whenever the delivery people needed to find us, they just asked where the gringos live, and everybody knew. So that was funny.
Yeah.
Thank you, Diane.
Yes, thanks, Diane. Hola.
Yippee.
That's cute.
Love it.
What is your favorite Ecuadorian celebration? I'm going to have to say New Year's.
Yeah, New Year's is incredible. Well, and Cuenca is incredible with the Monigote days. We've had so much fun on the New Year's.
Yeah, it is incredible. Like JP said, it's a big event, and everybody's out there. It's really family friendly. It's super fun. The Christmas Eve parade is something to see. That's unique to Cuenca. So I imagine they'll have that again this year. That was pretty cool.
Thanks, Belinda. I appreciate that. She says, I lost weight and your skin looks radiant. Well, before we went to Cotacachi, I was swimming almost every day for 30 to 45 minutes. I think that's a big part of it.
Yep.
And we're not eating out as much. We're cooking at home. And we cook everything. Amelia says, we even cook our own condiments. So I make our own sauces and like spaghetti sauce, hot sauce. I make everything from scratch. I make bread. Amelia cooks all the time. She's more of the meal cook. I make soups and bread and
I don't cook our chocolate.
Condiments. I make fruit smoothie bowls and
yeah, we're feeling pretty spoiled here. It helps having this nice kitchen to work with, and then we also have a beautiful view. So it's a good thing. Yep. It is a win-win.
Somebody asked if we watch other YouTubers.
We do.
We don't watch very much though.
We don't watch a ton, but
we work all the time. We're so busy making our own videos. We don't have a lot of time for other people, but we do have some friends that we watch, some YouTuber friends that we've made through our channel and around the world. It's really cool to have friends in other parts of the world who do the same thing.
Yeah, and I watch fitness videos, so like yoga and some other stuff and things like that.
As far as how long you can be outside the country on a temporary residency visa, it depends on the type of visa. With the investor visa, you don't have to be in the country at all.
I think you have to be in for like 1 day.
I don't think so anymore. I think
really?
It's from what Maité said. I don't think you have to be anymore, but the other ones do have, I think they're 90 days, right? You can only be outside
for the temporary 90 days.
For the professional and unless they've changed that. They made some changes recently and aren't 100% sure on that. But I think it's 90 days for professional and pensioners, but I have to look because it's
I don't think that changed.
I don't think, okay.
But don't quote us. The laws do change periodically. I guess that's the answer. The laws change. So double check. Better to be safe than sorry, right?
Yeah. Otura asks us to rate Ecuador on a scale of 0 to 10 as far as best places to live in the world. Well, unfortunately, we've only lived in the United States and Ecuador. So I would say that compared to the United States, I'll give Ecuador a 10. Yeah. I give the United States about an 8 right now.
We're not world travelers yet,
No, we're not.
unfortunately.
So I don't know. We love living here. There's so many positive things going for it. So
Yes.
There's Tina Bobina, Banana Fanda Fofina.
Hola, Tina.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. We both love Ecuador. The people are so nice. The weather's great, especially here in Manta. The cost of living is low. The healthcare is high, or high quality.
Yes, not high price.
Not high price, high quality
yes.
for a really reasonable price. I don't have to worry about going bankrupt because of health issues here.
Yeah.
That's a huge, I don't think I really appreciate how huge of a stress reliever that is to know that if I have health issues, I am not going to go bankrupt here. So it's a massive relief.
It is.
And they have the same surgeries here. Our neighbor recently had back surgery similar to mine here in Ecuador, and they had really good things to say about the doctor and the hospital and the procedure and everything. So
yeah,
I know that if I have to have more spine surgeries, I can get that done here, or we can go somewhere else.
Exactly. But hopefully you will not. And Gary and Bonnie, maybe it's time for you guys to come back and visit.
Yeah. What did they say? I missed it.
They said they're missing Cuenca and their friends.
Yep.
Understandable.
I'm sure they're missing you guys too.
Yeah. Ecuador misses you. And John, hola, he's in Alberta.
John Oakes, have we used our health insurance? We have not ever filed a claim because we just don't go to the doctor. I mean, we had a couple physicals in Cuenca, and it was $35. We didn't even bother filing for the claim. So it was, I don't know. I guess we probably should have just to have the experience. But we haven't been to the doctor in almost 2 years, so we just don't have any experience. But we've heard from other people that it's dealing with insurance is just like everywhere else.
Yes.
They do their best to collect your money and not give it back when you are deserved it. But
yeah, we have heard that. So you have to pay for it and then you get reimbursed. So you have to save all your receipts and everything. And I don't know, we've heard good and bad about getting your money back. So I agree with JP's statement that you might have to fight.
Yeah, but that's a nice thing about working with a good insurance broker like the ones we recommend is that they will go to battle for you. So
yes,
they will help out. I saw somebody say they have a place in Moscow. That'd be awesome.
Wow, that's cool.
I've always wanted to visit Moscow. It's such a beautiful city.
Every time we see that though, it's winter, and like when you see it on TV, it always looks extremely cold. I guess I shouldn't complain so much about the cool temperatures because we don't have to deal with shoveling snow here or scraping the windshield. You know, when I grew up in Chicago, I had to scrape the inside of my windshield in my car, and that was quite horrible.
I remember doing that too.
I'd rather just have a hot flash once in a while because I'm on the coast. Yuck.
Yep. Somebody asked us to interview other expats who've had issues with doctors, hospitals. Yeah, that's on our list. Now that the eCourse is over, I'm going to post that link again while I'm thinking about it. There you go. There's the eCourse. So now that is over, we can shift gears and refocus on creating more videos for the YouTube channel.
Yeah, we had to slow that down for a few months to kind of to get everything else done. Mm-hmm. So now we're getting back on track.
Yeah, so we're going to try to interview more expats about a variety of different things because we don't have experience with everything. Like we get the question a lot about Medicare and how to deal with Medicare. Well, we're not on Medicare, so we just have no experience with it. So we're going to try to get some expats who can answer questions about that as well as other things, like especially like raising kids here and taxes and all that kind of stuff.
All sorts of good stuff.
Yep. We pay $174 per month for our health insurance. That covers both of us. And I think that would cover most any medical issues we have here.
Yeah. And there's all sorts of ways that you could
there's different
structure
plans.
Your plan to save the most money. And some people get that $40 a month coverage for private insurance, which I think is basically catastrophic, so that they can also get the IESS plan, and that can save money. Because if you do the private insurance, it will go up in cost the older you get, which kind of sucks. And there is a 2-year waiting period for pre-existing Pre-existing conditions.
Yes.
That was a combo of pre and conditions.
Gracias, Hector. Me encanta la camisa. Es muy cómodo.
I like it.
Yeah, Medicare only covers you in the U.S. and other territories. I think a lot of people are wondering if they should keep their Medicare or their Plan B or something like that for if they live here, because if they ever go back, you can't. I guess you can't go back on it. I don't fully understand all the ins and outs of Medicare. It's a nebulous cloud to me.
Nebulous cloud. Yeah, unfortunately, we have no idea. But I think you're right, JP. I think sometimes people ask that question because their thought is, well, if I need to, I'll just go back to the States and it'll be covered that way. So, I mean, I guess you can do that. I don't see why not, as long as you keep an address in the U.S. Yep. But I don't know how much it costs.
Yes, Jose, you can definitely live like a king in Ecuador on $4,200 a month. That is a wealthy living wage or living amount budget here.
Budget.
Yeah, because we spend $2,500 a month for the two of us. That's two people on $2,500, and we live in a resort style condo with all the amenities now. So it's
and for the last 3.5 years, we've lived
on under 2,000, around 1,800.
It was around 1,800, no problem.
Yeah,
in Cuenca and alone.
And that was comfortable. We lived in a nice place, not this nice, but we lived in nice places then.
Yes, Ecuador is affordable.
Very affordable. Greetings from London. Oh, cool.
Very cool. Hola.
Oh, you're from Manta. Awesome.
Oh, awesome.
That is so cool. People all over the world. We've had somebody from Uzbekistan and Tasmania before on here.
Yeah, that is cool.
That is so cool. The vet services are really good. Especially the little dogs are very popular here. Guard dogs are also popular, but they don't get as good a treatment. But the little dogs do. And there's a lot of vets, really good vets too.
Yeah, we have had excellent care in every area.
So somebody asked, what's the average cost for a single senior? It really depends on your housing. Most of the other things are pretty consistent, like food and health insurance. But I would say that a single can live here very comfortably on less than $1,000 a month, and $1,500 is very, very comfortable for a single.
Yeah, like JP says, it depends. If you want to live in a high rise on the ocean, you may be spending more like $700 to $800 a month in rent, though.
Yeah, but you can find, especially in Cuenca and Cotacachi, you can rent, and anywhere in the Sierra, you can rent really nice places for under $500 a month.
Yeah, and we get asked every once in a while about getting a roommate, and people do that here too. So that's another way to offset some costs. And if you don't want to live by yourself, there you go. And
you can rent a room in an Ecuadorian house and supercharge your Spanish.
Yes, we had a friend do that. She was from Russia, and she paid what, $100?
She was actually from Ukraine.
Oh, you're right. I think she lived in Russia.
Yeah, she did.
But she paid $100 a month, and she had excellent Spanish speaking skills because her host family, or I don't know if that's the proper term, but they did not speak any English, but she really enjoyed living there. And she was young. What was she, like 30? And she was
late
alone.
20s.
Yeah. So she felt safe, and she had the family in her room, and she was really happy. Lots of options.
Yes, Michael, this is official Ecuadorian garb. We literally saw indigenous people wearing these shirts in Otavalo and Cotacachi.
Well, actually, this is Ecuadorian.
Oh, yeah.
And this is Ecuadorian. And I made a comment the other day when we were walking somewhere, and that we were dressed head to toe in our Ecuadorian clothes, including our shoes.
Yep.
Although I think yours were technically from Brazil.
Yeah, my shoes are from Brazil. Guayaquil. We bought them here,
but they're the Olympicus brand.
Olympicus. So you'd be surprised that tiaras are actually very common here. We see tiara shops all over the place. I guess I'm not sure what they wear them for, maybe for their coming out parties, because that's actually a thing here still, like for the social class has coming out parties, and then maybe for weddings, confirmations. I don't know, but there are lots of tiara shops. You see them all over the place.
Yeah. Although I haven't seen one here yet. I guess I'm gonna have to make.
Well, we have. We saw them for sale down by the Mercado Central.
Oh, you're right. And some of them are really big,
like this tall.
I haven't tried on one of those. It wouldn't fit in our screen.
Sometimes less is more.
Yes. I would actually need to be able to balance it on my head.
Yep.
But yeah, we got this. Chinu and I bought these for New Year's Eve, and there was a whole store in Cuenca over by which river was that? Not Tomi. Oh, the Yanunkai.
The Yanunkai River.
And it was all tiaras and then other little blingy hair things and earrings.
Yep.
It was really a nice store.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're still around.
Oh, yes. I can't read that. Tally. Yes, we do have LGBT acquaintances and friends here.
Yes.
Yep. And let's see. Mention electronic. How do you record and produce such amazing videos? You're going to be shocked at this. I now use my iPhone for everything. It's crazy. I know it feels really weird to not pull out my big fancy camera, but unfortunately the iPhone is just better. It's lighter. Mm-hmm. The battery lasts all day. I don't have to swap the batteries out. The color comes out better without me having to do a lot of color correction. I ordered a microphone, an external mic from the US that I plug into it. And I have a contraption where I hold it and the mic sits on top. And what's funny is when we go to film, people are like, "That you film with the phone?" It's better than my other camera and it's easier and the battery lasts
so much easier. Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
It is. I mean, the big thing is the battery, because my big camera, the battery only lasts 45 minutes or so and maybe an hour. Yeah. And then I have to swap. So I have to carry a pocket full of batteries and swap them out all the time. And it just gets old, and it takes half a day to charge them back up. And I can plug my iPhone in and get a 50% charge in like 20 minutes. So yeah, I use my iPhone. Everybody always thinks, oh, if I'm going to YouTube, what camera gear should I get? I'm like, use your iPhone, use your phone, whatever it is.
We use the GoPro sometimes.
Yeah, Amelia is in charge of the GoPro.
Mm-hmm. That works pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the stabilization. The image stabilization is excellent.
And it's got a really good wide angle lens.
Yep.
That's the other thing about this too, is it's got 3 lenses in it. So I can do wide angle, zoom, or regular without switching lenses. And with my other camera, it's only got 1 lens, and it doesn't do any of those things very well.
There you go.
What's your next adventure? We don't know yet. We're trying to decide. Right now it's between Cuenca, Galapagos, Quito, and Loja. So those are probably our next 4 adventures.
Yes. Not necessarily in that order.
Yeah.
Oh, and you forgot Mindo.
Mindo. Amelia really wants to go to Mindo.
Yes. So that's our next 5 adventures. Not in that order.
Yep.
But we have not scheduled any of them yet.
The ATMs have different limits. Generally, most of them will allow you to take out $300. Banco Guayaquil will allow you to take up, I think, $480 or $400. Every time I tried to do $500 at Banco Guayaquil, it kicked it back, and because I think the fees pushed it over the $500 limit.
Oh, probably. That makes sense. Yeah, it's funny. The ATMs are kind of particular, but you figure them out really quickly.
Oh, yeah. Baños, that's on the list, too. We talked to our Quito driver about taking us to Baños. He said it's about a 3-hour drive from Quito.
So now we have 6.
There's so many cool places.
I know, and plus, we didn't say the Amazon.
The Amazon, and also we want to go to Bahia de Caracas and Canoa.
Those are close, though. I don't really count those. I guess, they do count, but.
We took the buses before the pandemic. So bus travel in Ecuador is common, affordable, and easy. However, since the pandemic, we have not wanted to venture on because there's just too many people on there for us to feel comfortable.
Well, and they weren't running as regularly, but I think they are now. We used to love to take the CLP bus because that one didn't stop. It wasn't nonstop. It did have a few stops, but it was a lot more direct. And there's some very nice buses that will take you on a direct route. So it gets you pretty quickly where you want to go. And I think they cost around like $12 or $14. It's very affordable.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Taxes for expat pensioners. You don't pay any income tax in Ecuador on money earned outside Ecuador. You only pay income tax on money earned inside Ecuador. So if you get a job here, you start a business, you pay tax on that, but not any income earned from the United States or pensioner income or anything. No tax on that. You do pay the IVA, which is the sales tax.
Right.
But it's not on everything. It's not on like fruits and vegetables and unprocessed foods.
Yep. So Carrie wants to know if you recommend small bills and caution against theft. How do you keep money safe while traveling? Well, I have a security purse that I carry, and it's like a crossbody. To be honest with you, we really haven't worried too much about that. The biggest theft is actually cell phone theft.
Pickpocket, cell phone.
Mm-hmm. But you can get a money belt.
Yeah. Teresa asked if there's a place to buy the pictures, like on the, who asked that? I just saw it on the background, like that painting. I took that picture off our balcony, and I had it printed by a guy here, just a printer. So that's my photography. But there are art shops here and stuff. You can you can find art.
Yep, and a lot of incredible local artists.
Yeah. It's more so in Cuenca. They have several art galleries in Cuenca and art openings, and but there is an art opening here coming up November, on November 2nd, I think.
Yeah, and there is a pretty, I guess he's an Ecuadorian famous artist. Well, there's that guy Alone, and then Darwin in La Entrada. He's known all up and down the coast. He does a lot of ocean and
murals.
A lot of murals here. Cotacachi had a lot of beautiful murals too.
There are no banks in Ecuador that are also in the States, except for Pichincha, which has a branch in Miami, but I understand it's actually a completely separate bank from a legality perspective. It's actually not the same, but it's basically owned by the same people, but that's the only one. Unfortunately, Ecuador does not allow foreign banks. So, but Lasso is trying to change that. Vaccinations are not required to travel to Ecuador, but a negative PCR test is, or a vaccination card. But the vaccination card has to be greater than 14 days from arrival, and the PCR test has to be less than 72 hours from arrival.
Yes. And you can order from Amazon here. It's just the shipping fees are quite high, and it takes like a month to 3 months. That's why a lot of people use those mule services, because they help split up the costs, and then you can get your stuff sooner.
Somebody said my haircut is a solar panel for a love machine. That's a good one.
I love it.
Except I always wear a hat when I'm outside. So. See, Clayton asks, please re-describe what's available from your site that might help me prepare for a quick month's trip to Manta. I'm thinking of subscribing. So I'm not sure what you're subscribing to, but liveabroadnow.com has a ton of information about Ecuador.
But if you're looking for specifics about Manta, we do have a Manta playlist.
Yeah, on our YouTube channel.
Yeah. And we'll be adding to that. We want to do one about things to do around Manta.
Yeah. You know, JD, you're absolutely right. There are a couple of banks in Quito, I believe. There might be a city bank in Guayaquil. I forgot about those, but it's not like a consumer ATM, like a consumer bank where you go and open accounts and stuff. I think they're more commercial oriented. There is a Bank of America in Quito, I think, that consumers can go into, but they're really not conducive.
They're not prevalent throughout Ecuador.
No. So if you have one and you live by it in Quito, it might work for you, but most people don't live by those. So, and they're not, I don't know that they're full service either. We've never been in one, but I've heard that they're online, that they are not very full service oriented banks. So yes, we have a postal address and state driver's license from the US still.
Yep. Yeah, you really need to keep that unless you were truly going to cut all ties. But you don't need to keep your driver's license, but a postal address in the States if you want to keep your bank account and other things going on in the U.S. It makes life a lot easier.
So Nancy says, are you going to talk about your non-date? And we've heard JP's version. What about yours? Yeah, so I don't know that I've ever heard your version.
You haven't?
What was your impression of our first non-date?
Well...
Should I start by describing that? For those of you who didn't read that long post I wrote the other day about our first non-dates, I called it a non-date because I didn't actually ask Amelia out. I just sent her a message on Facebook and told her I was going to go to Crew and have a glass of wine if she wanted to join me. And thankfully she did.
I did.
And the rest is history.
But I teased JP about calling it a non-date because in my mind it was a date. But I guess technically it didn't start out like a date. But then as the evening progressed, it turned more into a date. But what I always remember is that we were there at the wine bar and that bartender I guess he must have thought we were like an old married couple or something. I have no idea because he just started telling us all about his sad breakup. And gosh, I thought the guy was just going to start to cry.
He was really in a bad state. It was such role reversal.
Yeah.
Normally you go in and pour your heart out to the bartender. And that day he poured his heart out to us.
Yep.
It was funny.
It was, but hopefully he recovered. But we had a great time. And the rest is history. Johnny, thank you.
See, this is why Amelia doesn't write, because her stories are like one word. So I write a whole long story about our first non-date. Amelia's like, I thought it was a date.
Yeah, if you get a response and it's like 2 words, that's probably coming from me and not JP.
Yeah.
I'm not very descriptive in my writing. I find like less is always more.
I know. I always think it's funny when somebody points out a typo in, like, or a grammatical error in my writing. I'm like, I write 10,000 words a week. I'm bound to make a mistake somewhere. So, but I usually go in and correct them when people point out my mistakes.
Yes.
Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Glad that you find our info helpful.
And yes, dates like that are more interesting. It was
fun.
Good because there was a bit of the unknown because I was like, well, I think this was a date, but I'm not sure. But it's all
It was low pressure though.
It was low pressure.
It's like, it's not so formal. That way, you have low expectations. You had no expectations, right?
I did not.
See, that's why you got to lower the expectations and then things work out better. So everybody's happier if there's no expectations.
That is true.
And besides, I don't know. I think that works better.
So that means next year is 10 years.
10 years. Hard to believe. Thank you, Vanessa.
Yes. Thanks, Vanessa.
I like your sunset
photo.
Yeah.
That's a great picture.
Thumbnail thingy. That's cool.
That looks like
ours.
It looks like it could be outside our window.
Yeah.
Perhaps she's been here.
Best place to live on a hillside overlooking the beach. Probably Ciudad del Mar or Santa Marianita.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be nice.
Although that doesn't really overlook the beach in Ciudad del Mar. You have ocean views, but not necessarily beach views from there.
There's some places over kind of by Olón.
Well, there's places all over, like up in Crucita where we filmed that third. That third house had awesome views of the beach.
Gorgeous up there. I can't remember the name of that little area. Can you?
No.
It's in our video. Sorry, guys. I don't remember. We'll go back and check it out.
Yeah.
We do want to go back and wander around Crucita more because we were on a mission that day. We didn't get to explore as much as we wanted to. And of course, we will record.
So somebody said, when do you show us a photo of your marriage? It's actually on video. We did that. The one that matters to us, we did in India. And we have that on one of our India videos. Yeah,
we actually don't have any sort of wedding ceremony pictures or anything from our actual wedding date. Because in Colorado, all you have to do is submit the paperwork and you don't even need a witness. So we just went in and turned in our paperwork and they stamped it or whatever. And we were married.
And they handed us the paper, notarized piece of paper that said we were married.
It was very no frills.
And it was rainy that day too. It was pouring down rain. Remember we went there in Littleton?
Yep. I remember.
So we had a folder full of our documents and I put them under my coat. We were running inside. It'll be 10 years next year.
Next year, yep. Boy, time is flying.
The Correa shirt looks classy on you. Is this a Correa shirt?
Did he wear those? I don't know.
He was not the president when we moved here, so I don't really have a lot of Correa expertise.
Nope.
Next visit to the States, no idea.
I know. We'll go one of these days. It's really hard because every time we talk about going somewhere, we're thinking about Ecuador. It's hard to, and we rattled off 7 places we want to visit. So
yeah.
And those were all in Ecuador. And then I said Panama earlier. Because somebody asked us about Panama. Oh, thanks, Raul.
Thanks, Raul.
Muchas gracias.
LOL. Oh, that's a laughing person. I was like, what? It looks like a butterfly. But Amelia, I have to get glasses this week. These glasses my eyes have gotten so much worse.
I know. You need to get glasses, and Daisy needs to go get a bath.
Yeah, Daisy needs a bath. Do family visit you? Amelia's family did when we lived in Cuenca.
Yeah. A lot of people have family that visit.
Yeah.
From time to time.
What is the best area of Manta to rent a place? Anywhere along the beach is great.
Yep. Do you do all your banking online to pay rent, utilities, etc.? So utilities we have to pay in person because since we rent, they are not in our name, so therefore we are not able to pay them online. But I can pay our cell phone and our internet and our rent online. So it's pretty good. Hola, Thomas, and gracias.
End of February, 1st of March, a good time to visit. Yes.
Yes.
That is a really good time to visit. It's still what they would call it's the sunny season is what I'm going to call it. It rains more. They call it the rainy season here, but it's actually sunnier.
Yeah.
And warmer. It's really pretty that time of year. That's when we visited. We visited in March.
Yeah, you're right. It was March. It was very nice. It didn't really rain that much either, did it?
No, it was beautiful when we were here.
I don't remember it raining.
I know. I've been looking for a Wyatt Barrow. We saw some in Park Meadows. Or not Park
Meadows. Wow.
That was from our first date. We saw some in the plaza in the Mall del Sol in Guayaquil, but we didn't buy any then. That was before I lost 10 pounds since we moved to Manta.
Yeah, we got to get you some more
shirts.
So
I need some new shirts because all my shirts are too big on me now.
Yep.
So procedure to rent, background check, etc. There is no background check for renting. It's super simple here. It's usually the leases are 1 or 2 pages and a handshake and a check.
Yeah.
Or not a check, but cash.
Cash, yeah.
Generally cash.
And it's usually 2 months rent for your first and last month's rent. And sometimes they'll ask for an extra month for security deposit.
Yep. Yes, you can pretty easily find organic food here.
Yep, they sell it at the grocery stores, and there are
organic delivery shops.
Yes, and in Cuenca, there's a lot of places you can get organic. And I read that Santa Elena, the province, is trying to become the first province that is fully organic in Ecuador. So that's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you. Muchas gracias, Kevin. Jane wants to know benefits of being old. Line cuts, discounts, travel discounts, all of the above.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lots of discounts and line cutting.
Line cutting, they have special lines here specifically for the tercera edad, which is what?
Tercera.
Oh, your third age.
Yeah.
So the older folks. And yes, you can cut in the front of the line, which is pretty awesome. We have not heard firsthand about the travel discounts, but I know you can get them. I guess you have to show your passport or your cedula to get those.
Yep. There is a really good Vietnamese restaurant in Cuenca. We have not seen one in Manta.
No.
Well, it's a pho place, but they have a variety of other options there. It's really good.
Yeah, we don't see as much Asian. There was an Asian place in Cotacachi, but we did not eat there because we were shocked to find out our friend Francis had opened an Indian restaurant there, and that's where we went.
There was a question I was going to answer up here. It scrolled by. Where did that go? Oh, any concerns about earthquakes or tsunamis? They haven't had a tsunami here in decades, but they have earthquakes. They have earthquakes quite often, and I don't know. It's concerning. We've had several since we've lived here in this high-rise condo, and it sways.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It is very weird.
But the scariest one was when we were visiting Villa de los Sueños.
Alone. That was a bad one when we were there. That was like 3 years ago.
That was in La Entrada. So, and we were on the 3rd or the 4th floor at that time.
4th floor, yeah.
But we experienced quite a few in Cuenca. So it just you kind of get used to it.
Yeah.
King David, muchas gracias.
King David.
Love it.
Awesome. Thanks. And thanks, Tally.
Yes, thank you so much.
Appreciate it. I appreciate that. It's a lot of hard work. We always appreciate it when people appreciate our hard work.
We appreciate your appreciation.
I know. It always cracks me up when these YouTubers go on and claim to be retired. There is nothing retired about this business. It is hard work.
I guess it depends on how much you put into it.
Yeah.
But it is. There's more to the editing and all of that than I think people realize.
Yeah, there's a lot behind the scenes that goes on. So what's going on with the prison situation? It's horrible.
It is.
It's basically, it's all gang and drug related, and they're just fighting for control of the prisons. And Lasso declared a state of emergency in the prison system this week, and basically sent in the military and the police to help out. The problem is that right now because of all the drug trafficking, the prisons are mainly coming in from Colombia. The prisons are overcrowded and understaffed. Because a lot of people don't want to work in the prison system here. So Lasso is going to send in the police and the military and restore order, hopefully, because it's been out of control in these prisons. Horrible.
I know, it's terrible. And I read a few weeks ago that they being, I guess, the drug cartel people, were using drones to drop stuff in, like weapons or phones or something. I don't know. I didn't fully read the article. I just kind of skimmed it, and it basically said that Ecuador wasn't prepared to deal with stuff like that. So hopefully they are figuring that one out, because that was our questions. Like, how are they getting bombs
into the prison
and guns into the prisons, and apparently drones?
Yep. So anyway, it's sad.
It is very sad.
Let's see. There are a few Asian restaurants in the cities. Yeah. Especially, Indian. There's an Indian restaurant in Cotacachi now.
Yep. It's delicious. But no Thai restaurants.
Yeah, we haven't seen any Thai restaurants. We love Thai food. Although there is the Thai, they have Thai dishes at in Cuenca, that place off Calle Larga.
Oh, Peter de Boca. I saw somebody post that closed. I hope that's not true. We love that place. Yeah,
I bet. Thanks for sharing, Teresa. I know it's a thing. There's problems in the prison systems everywhere in the world.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. Yeah. I imagine that is an incredibly stressful work environment too.
Yeah. I would say there is a demand for English teachers in Ecuador. From what we've been told, the pay at the institutions is like $10 an hour. You might have better luck teaching English online.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, somebody wants to know if we drink espresso or drip coffee. We do the drip.
We do the drip.
Ecuador, it's really good coffee.
Yes.
So we just get up and whoever gets out of bed first makes it.
Yeah, and we've been able to find decaf, and I might want some of that after we're done. That actually sounds really good.
Yeah, that does sound good. Decaf?
Some decaf with some frothy milk. The one thing I cannot find in Ecuador was a milk frother, so our friend Steve brought one for us. Just a little kitchen gadget, which you can get all over the place in the U.S. I have yet to find one here. I think it was like $10. They work great.
Yeah. Cotacachi is about 500 feet lower than Cuenca. It's at 7,900 feet. Cuenca is about 8,400 feet. So it's a little better, but not noticeably.
But absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. Sahara, we've only lived in Ecuador and the United States. So I guess that would be the United States. I know we are not really that big of travelers.
Well,
we visited a lot of places in the Caribbean and Mexico.
Yeah, and we've been to a couple places in Europe, but we haven't lived in them.
Yeah, we went to India, but we didn't live there. We were there for 2 weeks and loved it.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, go ahead.
No.
I was just going to say Kobe by Noe, that is really good.
Yeah, it is.
And Ola Cat from California.
You should have JP and Amelia Facebook page.
Oh. So are you able to find spices? We got most of the spices we need here, but there's still some. Like, have you seen any fennel seeds?
Not recently.
Chili
we have
powder.
People bring those in a bunch of bottles for us, like fennel seeds. Really good chili powder is hard to find.
Although Pat makes his pet crew makes
Yeah, but he has a dehydrator. That's a whole thing.
But you can get some. There's a couple people that make spice blends in Cuenca. I don't know if anybody does that here in Manta.
Is getting a motorcycle or driver's license hard to do? We're working on the driver's license now.
Well,
kind
slowly.
of. I haven't even started yet, but that's my next project, is to start studying for the driver's test.
So if you already have your driver's license, it's allegedly a lot easier to get an Ecuadorian driver's license, because you don't have to take the actual driving test, but you still have to take the written test. It is multiple choice and it is in Spanish. And we got a study guide, and the study guide has like 400 questions. So it's a little bit overwhelming. However, I started looking at it, and I did notice some of the street signs, and I actually knew what they were.
Oh, nice.
When we were driving on our tour of Cotacachi, and from Quito to Cotacachi. So I guess some of it stuck in there, but I haven't gone through all 400.
400.
I know it's a bit overwhelming, especially when you're working on a big project.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm going to have to open that PDF file back up and get busy.
Now that I'm done with that, the eCourse, I can get busy studying.
Yes.
So we'll let you know more about that. But we've heard it's not too difficult. We know a lot of expats who have driver's license.
I think that's only like 20 questions, so it kind of sucks if there's that many. But I guess it's important that you actually know all of this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt to refresh yourself. Yeah. After all, I think the last time I took a driver's test was, well, it was when I was 16 or 17. So that was a long time ago.
Hey, Timo, thank you. Congratulations. Yes. Thanks again for the informative content. Love your creativity and appreciate the hard work. It is great public service for all. Thanks.
Thank
really
you
appreciate
so much.
That.
That is very kind of you.
Yes. Who is more skilled in Spanish, Amelia?
I think I don't know.
I speak it better. I'm better at speaking it. Amelia understands, because she's so much better with context than I am. I don't get the context a lot.
But I just power through. And I think that's where I actually speak more than JP, but I do make more pronunciation errors. My biggest problem is I still get hung up in the first and third person. So I really need to use yo more. And I think if I say yo puedo, then I won't. I always want to do third person as opposed to first person.
Yeah. Thanks, Farrell Warren.
Muchas gracias. So Nancy wants to know about finding musical instruments. I haven't actually seen a lot of musical instruments, but we haven't.
There's stores.
But there are stores. We haven't gone out of our way to look, but you can definitely get them. Guitars especially, and ukuleles.
Jose said, I read if you invest over $25,000 in Ecuador, they grant you residency. Nope, that is not true.
That is not true.
There's a lot of false information out there about that. You can invest $40,000, but you have to apply for the visa. You can't, they just don't grant it to you. So you have to go through a whole application process and lock your money up for 2 years in a CD with $40,000, or you can buy property, but it has to be assessed at least $40,000 by the municipality. So it's not the same.
No, that may be really old information. I've seen that floating around before.
Yeah, it used to be closer to 25,000 years ago, but it hadn't been that for a long time.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So there's a chocolate factory.
I know. Amy, we both just saw your comment, and yes, you're right. I am definitely going to have to tour that chocolate factory. Man, Ecuador has the most amazing chocolate. And then I was just reading about hot chocolate. JP put it in his newsletter, and I guess I need to learn the secret of making a really good hot chocolate here.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to start practicing, JP.
Yeah.
Darn.
Somebody asked, coming from Denver, why do I think Cuenca's elevation was a problem? Well, Denver's at 5,200 feet and Cuenca's at 8,400 feet. And I used to have problems when we went to Summit County.
Yeah.
So when anywhere it seems like above 8,000 feet, I start feeling it.
Yeah, which is weird though, because then for whatever reason, when we were up hiking, you were okay.
Well, it was a short duration though.
I guess that's true.
And also when blood was pumping, we're hiking.
That's
although
true.
We had to stop all the time. Remember, especially on the way up. It was easier on the way down.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah.
Oh, Terry, that's very cool. You bought a keyboard. Awesome. Eco Musico. I have not been over there.
What is Buy Me a Coffee? I don't even know what that is. I guess is that.
Oh, I told you about that.
Oh, you did? Oh, you did? How do you add that into a super chat? I don't even know.
Well, I don't. No, you don't add it into a super chat. It's like
you click
it's like another kind of Patreon thing, but you don't have to have a membership, I think, or you don't have to pay for an account. I saw that on somebody's. I think I follow this girl, Penny, the garage fitness girl. I do her workouts, and she has a Buy Me a Coffee thing.
Oh, I'll have to look into it.
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty easy, but I didn't realize that they take a lot less of the percentage. So thanks for that tip.
What city are we in now? We live in Manta.
Yes. For now.
Oh, that's cool. Thanks, Kat. That's cool.
Oh, that is cool. Thank you so much. All right, we both got quiet.
Yeah, I know. We've been going at this for an hour and a half already, Amelia.
Wow,
I think maybe we should wrap it up soon. Yes. When do you go visit Quicocha Lake? We filmed there last week. We were in Cotacachi last week. So we are back home in Manta now.
Quicocha was beautiful.
Yeah, that will be in a couple weeks. We filmed 5 videos when we were in Cotacachi. So that will be our next several videos.
We were very, very excited. And the next time we go, I want to do the whole loop, but it's 8.5 miles, and apparently it's rather strenuous. So we're going to have to do a lot of training for that, JP.
Yeah.
We're not there yet.
Somebody asked if we plan on staying in Manta or moving on. I don't know.
We don't know. We like it here.
I really like it here, but you never know.
No, that's why I said for now. That's why people ask us a lot about buying, and we don't buy anything because we want to explore more of Ecuador, and who knows where we're going to end up settling.
Yeah. So Top Dental is not located really in a mall. It's, I guess, kind of a strip mall. Yeah. But it's over by the Martinica restaurant in that area, kind of on Restaurant Row. Yeah, it's kind of close to the Wyndham. There's a whole, isn't that the Wyndham? No, there? It's up further from there. It's further east from there. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. It's kind of in the middle. Somebody asked if we go through a lot of sunblock. Yes. Yes, we do. There's a lot of sunblock here in Manta. I didn't use it hardly at all. Muy importante. Alone because it was so cloudy all the time. I didn't wear it that much. But here we wear it every day pretty much. JD, we did not visit Lagos de San Pablo, and that is a must-do for our next trip. We also heard there was a beautiful hosteria out there that is a great place to stay as well. So who knows, maybe we'll check that out. Mm-hmm. We drove past it and it was gorgeous, but we just didn't go and explore the area. Bienvenidos, Tony. Hola, Tony. Y familia. Do you miss American entertainment like amusement parks or movies? We never really did that when we lived in the U.S. No, so I guess no. Yeah, not really. I was never a huge person to go to the movie theater because where I grew up, we did not have stadium seating. Actually, that may have been before stadium seating. And it really sucked because I'm short and inevitably some giant person would always sit in front of me. So I've been scarred for life when it comes to the movies. I prefer to watch them at home where no one is blocking my view. Yeah. I'm really traumatized by that. Yeah. And they have theaters here, and a lot of times they have showings in English too. Yep. So there's a movie theater in what's this called? Mall del Pacifico. Yes. And there's movie theaters everywhere. Yep. Let's see. Salinas is way too expensive. The coastal cities are very expensive compared to the mountain cities. They are, especially if you want to live oceanfront in one of those high rises. They definitely are more money. Somebody asked if we smile when we fight. We actually don't. We had our biggest fight of our entire relationship during this eCourse project because we were both so stressed out and so working too much, and Amelia was tired of it. But it wasn't really a fight. It was more like we just didn't talk to each other for a few hours. Yeah, we don't really fight. We don't fight. I don't know. Life is good. I'm thankful to be alive. Why waste it fighting? Agreed. Paul Wilches. Oh, that's so cool. You met him in 1994. Paul is a great guy. I think he's very busy right now. And Elena wants to know if you could watch American TV channels
I guess you might be able to live stream them using a VPN.
Yep.
Yeah, I have done that before. Somebody asked, I think I missed it, how we were learning Spanish. And so we're learning by using a variety of sources, although not very consistently. But we use some apps, and I still take lessons with Christina from Walking Spanish Lessons. But the most important thing is to actually go out and talk to people.
Yeah, and we practiced a lot more in Cotacachi. It seems like whenever we travel, we talk a lot more in Spanish.
Yep.
Not sure why that is. I guess because where we live, it tends to be a lot of English speakers.
Well, and also because we work in English, and that makes it tough.
Yeah, because everything we do throughout the day is in English. Our jobs, or YouTube, blogging, Patreon, everything is in English. So,
but we really like that LingoPie app a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That one's a really good thing to watch TV shows, so you hear more of the context. And I find that when we leave the house, we just automatically assume people are not going to speak any English at all, and then it forces us to speak Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Yeah, you can use the VPN to disguise your location as long as they don't know about it. Because some places, like some of our banks, know when I'm using a VPN, and they won't let me log into the website. So I'm not sure how they know, but they do.
Sophisticated.
They're sophisticated. So I guess it depends on how sophisticated they are as to whether they know if you're using a VPN or not. We use NordVPN, but there's a bunch.
Yep.
And they're all basically the same.
Yep. We've been happy with the service.
Thanks, Michael.
Muchas gracias, Michael.
Congrats on opening so many people's eyes about a future in Ecuador. Ecuador seems to have a town, city, climate vibe to satisfy anyone with an open mind. Keep it up. I think that is exactly right. That is so true. And there's so many different places, and they all have their own flavor. And I agree with you.
Yep. Well said.
Yeah, very well said.
Chances are very high you will find the right place for you here in this tiny little country. I love it.
It's there are a lot of variety. Thanks, Jane.
Yes, thank you, Jane. So Stevens asked if there's any security camera recommendations. Maybe somebody has one that they can recommend. They're out here. We know people have them and they work, but I honestly don't know much about those. You can actually get security monitoring companies because our landlord in Cuenca owned his own security business. Remember?
Yeah.
You set off
the alarm.
Fortunately, I was gone, so I did not have to deal with that. Didn't it take an hour?
Yeah, Amelia was in the U.S. and I didn't set it off. The battery died, and for some reason it set off, so it was like for an hour. And I was like calling the landlord. I had no idea how to turn this off. The system was dead. The keypad wasn't working. I'm like, oh, and the neighbor. It was like they woke me up. It was like 6 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, house alarms are there.
Yes, and security cameras.
Stephanie, yes, we are living here we're now on a permanent resident visa.
Yes, and very happy. So Luis wants to know how we met. We met through a mutual friend that we are no longer friends with. That is a whole other story. So maybe we'll share that. Actually, I don't know if we'll
I don't want to share that. Yeah. We met because I went on a dive trip in 2008, way before we met.
Yes.
Because I went on a dive trip. I made some friends on a dive trip that I took, and they ended up 3 years later introducing me to Amelia. It's a friend of a friend of a friend from that dive trip. The dive trip opened up like a whole network of friends, and one of the branches introduced me to Amelia. So I almost didn't go on that dive trip too.
Well, there you go.
So I would have never met you. I probably would have anyway.
You probably would have.
Denver is not that big of a town.
No. And yes, we are planning to go to the Amazon, but we do not have specific plans at this point. If you missed it earlier, we have like 7 areas. We don't have a top 10. We have a top 7 must-visit list. I guess we could round that off to 10 if you count a couple like Bahia de Caracas and Canoa and Puerto Viejo. Then we'd have 10.
There's lots of places.
Lots of places. Then I want to go back. Like I said earlier, I want to go back to Cotacachi and see more of Otavalo. We did not get over to Ibarra at all, and I'd like to go and see the Laguna in Imbabura, the volcano there, and Lago San Pablo. Yeah, is it San Pablo or San Pedro?
I don't remember now.
I don't remember either.
Pedro. I don't know.
I don't remember. So
somebody, Jose asked about what about living more in the country with a few acres? I lost track of the question. Outside Cuenca, I think is what it said. We know people that do that.
Yep.
So I mean, there are people that live out in the country, and
I guess it depends on the part of the area you're in. But we've heard. We heard one story about somebody's house getting broken into, and they were kind of out in the middle of nowhere. But that's one story out of many.
And there were some extenuating circumstances on that too. It was like something to do with drilling rights, and I don't remember. It was a long time ago, and it's a weird circumstance. But for the most part, you'll be safe.
Yes, and I'm not sure what you mean by the water situation in Manta. If you mean, is it safe to drink? That would be no.
Yeah, but we have a reverse osmosis filter on our sink in the kitchen that we drink that allows us to drink. But we haven't had any issues with the water here.
So we are open-minded as far as we want to visit other countries. However, we love Ecuador, and our intention is to stay here as permanent residents and to get our citizenship and to be dual citizens.
Yeah, we're not going to give up our U.S. citizenship, no matter how much it costs. Somebody said we should write a book. There's a lot of books. That's why we did an eCourse instead of a book. There's so many books already about moving to and living in Ecuador. And we're video people, although I write all the time.
Yeah, JP probably will write a book
I'll probably convert our eCourse into a book for a companion.
Well, the truth is, he had started writing a book, and then he's like, why am I doing this? We should be working on the eCourse.
Yeah, we should be recording videos because that's what we do.
And the rest is history. Yep, you're right. There is no need to give up your U.S. citizenship, but people ask us that a lot. So that's why we always say we're not going to.
Yeah, the main downside is that we still get taxed everywhere we live. There's no way out of that. So,
but I don't want to give up my citizenship.
Yeah, I think Boink 800, I think you posted that you don't have to pay tax if you live outside the U.S. That is not true. I think I saw a comment of yours on one of our videos, but you get a foreign earned income tax credit on money earned from outside the country. But if you make your majority of your money, as we do, from inside the United States, we are still responsible for paying tax on that.
Yep.
So Eric Vera says, what do you guys do for a living? I do YouTube now. This is my job, my full-time plus job. We work 7 days a week at this. This is Amelia's part-time job, and she has a full-time job. She works for a company back in Denver.
Yes. So now that we're done with the eCourse, we're going to be going back to a more normal schedule, I am very happy to say, and do more of our regular exploratory videos.
Yeah, there is no limit on the money. You pay the tax on the money you earn in the United States as if you're still living in the United States. The only benefit is, well, I guess the only tax cut is on money that you earn from outside the country that you pay tax on in another country. So if we ever make money inside Ecuador and pay Ecuadorian income tax on that money, then we get a tax credit. We still have to report that money to the United States, but then we get a tax credit on that money, but not money we earn from inside the U.S.
Yes. It's tricky, I guess.
Yeah.
The bottom line is
it sucks because
you just pay your taxes.
I know it's a lot of money that we pay in taxes for a place that we don't live anymore, and I don't really agree with how they spend my money most of the time. But they don't ask me.
They don't know, but that's just the way it is. You will smile and say thank you.
So we've had several questions about the rail service on Ruta del Sol. We have not heard anything about that. So I'm not really sure what that is about.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm kind of getting chilly.
I know.
The sun's gone down behind a cloud and it's getting chilly in here. That would be cool, though, if there was a train that went along the La Ruta del Sol.
That would be awesome.
Especially if it went all the way from Guayaquil to Manta.
Oh yeah.
That would be
that would be really
that
cool.
would be awesome.
We'd be all over that.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, Alexander, our favorite Ecuadorian fruits. Mango for sure.
Pitahaya.
I think is our favorite.
Yeah, we eat papaya every day. We get those giant papayas. They're like $1, $1.50 for a giant papaya. We eat those every day. Bananas here they taste like a banana cream pie. We have to put the bananas in the fridge because they are so strong. I can smell them from my office in the back. Yep. So we had to put the bananas in the fridge because they just are they smell so strong.
Yeah, you cannot go wrong with the fruit in this country.
Yep. Which country do YouTubers file income tax returns? In the country where you live or the country of your passport, your home country.
Yes.
Well, actually, that's not true. If you are not from the United States, the rules are completely different. So I don't really know. I know that if you are from any other country in the world, the tax laws are completely different. And I'm not sure that they pay taxes, but I don't really know how it works.
I don't know how that works. Don't tell us because we'll probably be jealous.
Yeah.
And Luis, it does not rain much at all in Manta. It is quite dusty here, considering there is humidity and we are on the ocean.
Yeah, there's no more train service. They shut down that train that went from Guayaquil to Quito. But they're talking about the new tourism minister is talking about getting that reopened.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
The pandemic in Ecuador is really good right now. The weekly death rate is back down to the pre-pandemic levels. Everything is opening. The buses are back to full capacity. Bars and nightclubs are opening. The COVID ICUs are closing down and converting back to regular ICUs due to lack of COVID patients. So we feel really fortunate to be here.
We do. And the vaccine is not mandatory.
No, it's not. But more than half the population is now vaccinated. Mm-hmm. And most people still wear masks except for a few gringos.
Yeah, there's still mask mandates are in effect.
You'll still see some gringos walking around.
Well, we saw an Ecuadorian the other day. We've seen a couple.
But she was in workout gear. I think.
No, we saw one walking down the street when we came back from South Indian.
She was in yoga gear. She was working out. She had the one with the sports bra and stuff on.
I don't know that part. I just remember because we're so used to seeing people.
My first thought was she was probably coming from the gym or something.
Maybe. We're so used to everybody wears a mask here because it's the rule.
Yep.
So we're just used to seeing people in masks. So when we don't see somebody in a mask, they kind of stand out.
Yeah. Somebody asked, is Cuenca building an international airport? No, they have a really nice airport, but it's not international.
No.
However, I did read that they're talking about adding flights to Galapagos from Cuenca.
There's all sorts of talk.
They actually issued the license to an existing airline that runs out of the Galapagos Airlines.
Wow.
So the license has been issued. They did not announce a start date for it yet, though.
I say there's a lot of talk because we've been waiting forever, not really, but it feels like it, for the Ecuatoriana Airlines to start and have that flight from Manta to Cuenca.
Yeah,
I just read now that they're saying, well, it'll happen next year.
Yeah, it was going to be July. Then it got pushed to November. Now it's next year.
So who knows?
Zelle does not work here, but we use Zelle to transfer money in the U.S.
Mm-hmm. We use Zoom to transfer money from the U.S.
Yeah, XOOM.
Yes. And it's super fast, but it is pricey.
We're actually really happy with the government in Ecuador right now. We were pretty happy with them before the election, and we're happy with it since the election. They seem to. I'm actually a little bit happier with the current president. He seems to be doing more to get things done, for the pandemic stuff, and he's taken the prison situation seriously. And I don't know. It seems to be fine. I would call it stable.
Yeah, but obviously we don't know all the ins and outs, but nothing's really changed much, at least for us. So somebody asked, where you getting, was it Don?
Trey, about the best dressed expat in Ecuador. I bought most of my Hawaiian shirts in Manta. They're made by a family. Montanita. They're made by a local family that lives there. And the buttons are all made out of tagua, which is, they call it, it's like a plant-based ivory. It's
really cool.
It's a seed that they use to make all kinds of jewelry and stuff. They make all the buttons on those shirts are made out of that tagua seed material. And I love those shirts. Yep. They're all big on me now, though.
This one I got in
Otavalo at the La Plaza de los Ponchos.
Yes.
The famous, internationally famous indigenous market.
Yep, we had fun just doing a little shopping. So Joe wants to know, coming to Manta from central Kansas, how should I get there?
Wow, we're in Kansas.
He can't answer you immediately.
I know. So I would say fly. I don't know. We have an article on Live Abroad now about how to get to Ecuador direct flights. I mean, Miami, Houston, Atlanta are probably your closest airports with direct flights to Quito and Guayaquil.
I think Miami is the easiest personally.
I would fly into Quito and then take the short 40-minute flight from Quito to Manta. That's what I would recommend.
Yes. I don't remember who flies. Did you take United? I guess we flew United from Denver to Kansas.
I don't know.
That was a long time ago. So can I drive with a U.S. license? If yes, for how long? Don't you have 90 days?
90 days and you're supposed to get an Ecuadorian license 90 days after you move here. Oh, I haven't activated it yet because we're still on the live stream. This is running longer than I thought.
Oh.
So Ole ordered our course the first day and can't get in yet. Yeah, I'm still on here. I can't be over there at the same time. So I'll activate that as soon as we
should probably get going.
I know. We probably ought to wrap this up.
Because
it's almost 2 hours.
You are supposed to actually kick off the
eCourse. I guess I'll maybe click over there. I guess we can do a countdown. Should we do a countdown?
Sure,
5. Let's see.
Can you do it from here?
I don't know. 5, 4. Maybe I should wait till I get the page loaded because this might take a while. Loading courses. Publish. Here's the publish button. Published.
Oh, wow. Is that all you had to do?
Successfully published the course.
Okay, so.
All right, Ole. It's
allegedly,
published.
It's good to go.
Anybody that wants to get our eCourse, I'm going to turn the discount code off. I'll probably let it run through the rest of today because I don't feel like working anymore today after this. So it'll probably be up until tomorrow morning. So the discount code, the eCourse will be there forever, immortalized on the internet. And we will keep that up to date.
Yes.
The written text will update as things change. If something substantial changes, we'll re-record videos for that and also add new videos. If anybody points out that we missed something important, we will add new videos.
Exactly.
So
I imagine there will be updates from time to time because that is the way it goes.
All right. Thanks for letting us know, Corey.
Oh, awesome. We are officially
We're
live.
alive.
How exciting.
Wow. After 3 months, there was points of this where I thought it would never end. No, we were never going to finish.
Yeah, it was a lot of work, but very happy we did it.
Yeah. Thanks, obvious man.
Obvious man. I love that.
I don't get it.
Oh. So you're not that tired.
Awesome.
All right. Well, I think, JP, on that
we're
note,
going to wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up.
All right. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate you showing up for our live stream. And thanks to all of our patrons. Big thank you to you guys for supporting us all this time and making this possible.
Yes.
Because without our patrons, I would be building websites instead of publishing videos.
Yes,
Really,
we don't want that.
No. And no, the internet does not need another website.
Yes, thank you all so much. This has been a lot of fun. Boy, it's flown by too.
I know. I can't believe it's been almost 2 hours since we started.
I know. It's time to take Daisy out too.
Oh,
so
Daisy's
we really
gotta
do
go.
need to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Got to take care of our baby.
Yep. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
All right.
We'll see you all in our next video and our next live stream.
Awesome. Ciao.
Ciao, everybody.